What up, Cowboy Nation, Cowboy Headquarters, and America's team? And here we are, Saturday Sit Down. Straight barbershop talk with your guy G, the number one Cowboy fan and football junkie. Give it up. Today is Saturday, September 6th, 2025, on this lovely Saturday morning. I don't know about you, football junkie, but we getting some rain over here. How about you over there on that end?
Man, it stormed last night, and we're still getting some as we speak right now too, man. I'm enjoying it, man.
There you go. There you go. Like I say, you and I, we're not that far away from each other. I think we're probably about 40 minutes away, 45 minutes away from each other. It's that far. I don't know if it's that far. Somewhere off in there. I say about 40 minutes, 45 minutes. What you think? Can you hear me?
Say that again. I was getting a call.
Okay, I said we're not that far apart. I think we're probably about 30 to 45 minutes away from each other, right?
Right.
Somewhere off in there.
About that, something like that, yeah.
Big shout out to two teams that we support. Well, on my end, I support the North Crowley Panthers as they beat the Soto Eagles last night. Give it up for North Crowley Panthers. Yeah. And also, we got to give it up for them Longview Lobos. Give it up. Yeah. Okay. We on the road, baby. We on the road.
Yeah, on the road. We got to come back up here. We got to come up here, man, next weekend, next Friday. I'm gonna be in the midst of that situation, man. We got to get our leg back, man. We gave them one last year. We kind of missed the opportunity, and South Oak Cliff seized the moment and captured the win. But we got to get our league back this year, man.
Well, they're going to be out there because I'm telling you right now, every team right now is after North Crowley, man. I mean, and we don't have the team that we had on, last year, that state championship team. But the thing about it, man, we had a dogfight last night. We was actually down 14-7. We came back and won 36-27. But it was a dogfight. And I had to give a big shout out to the coaches, man, because they made adjustments. People saying, well, they need to get on there, go in the locker room, and they need to get on. Well, not necessary, because these are not the last year kids. They don't have the athleticism or the talent as they did last year. So basically, let's chill out. Let's make some adjustments and go win the game. And that's exactly what they did. So give it up. North Carolina Panthers on their business.
How did their quarterback perform last night compared to the previous week?
Oh, that wasn't neither one of them. Well, they took out number 13 and brought in number 15. I can't remember his name, and he made a little bit better strides than 13. But they just went back to what was working, and that was running the ball. So yeah. Before I get started, man, I got to give a big shout out to Johnny from the Shoe Palace in Hewlin Mall. Give it up. I went through the mall yesterday at Hewlin Mall, man. I had to go get my watch fixed and whatever, so I'm kind of waiting till they fix it. So I go to the Shoe Palace, and old Johnny come up to me. We talking. I guess we just talk about something. And sure enough, the Cowboys came up, and I said, "Yeah, man, I do a podcast, man, and come check me out." So he subscribed right then while I was in the store, and he hooked me up with some new kicks, man. So if you ever in Fort Worth, stop by the Shoe Palace, okay? And make sure you ask for Johnny. Johnny gonna hip you to the latest kicks they got in there, and he's gonna take care of it. And when you do get there in Hewlin on the Shoe Palace, you let him know that the Cowboy Huddle podcast sent him. So he'll definitely take care of it. So give it up for Johnny. I'm sure he'll be watching this. Appreciate you, Johnny, man. We'll be back through we might come up in that football junk and set up shop, man, and promote the Shoe Palace. What you think?
Hey, whatever.
Yeah, okay, that's what's up, man. So here we are Saturday morning. We're doing a recap. I know we talked about the title, but I had already put this up, but we definitely gonna put that up there. But what we have right now is missed opportunities for the Cowboys.
Right.
So and we gonna get into that, man. And I know it's 2 days after, but we still bringing you some news that you can use. That's what we have about. So before we do that, man, we want to get into this situation, brother. So now the NFL is exploring the disciplinary actions against Jalen Carter. So the NFL is going to review the entire spitting incident, which is standard procedure in any case that involves ejection. that could lead to a fine. It can in certain cases lead to suspension. But there are several important factors here to note. One, Jalen Carter effectively served one game suspension last Thursday night by becoming one of the only players in the NFL history to get ejected before playing a snap in the game. Generally, if you're going back historically, the NFL, in terms of additional discipline, has handled spitting incidents with fines, not suspension. So it's also saying that Dak is probably unlikely to face discipline charges. But football junkie, when you saw that, what went through your mind, brother?
I said, boy, this dude that tripped out, man. I mean, I said he spit a Bill Romanowski loogie on Dak Prescott. I said, man, I said, what was the meaning of all this and what was the purpose? And coming to find out from what Carter was talking about, he said he didn't like the fact that Dak was spitting on the field uh, during before the game started up, and he felt like it was being disrespectful. Dude, I mean, be that is artificial turf or natural grass, who don't spit on the field?
And we're talking
I
about
mean, yeah,
football.
football, who don't spit on the field?
We're talking about football, my man. So yeah, yeah, and that was, to me, man. It was just unnecessary, dude. I mean, number one, you're crossing the line and going into enemy's territory. You know, regardless where Dak may have spit, but he didn't spit on you, but you took it upon yourself to say, "Was that directed at me?" No, you on the other side of the field. Number two, why are you over in enemy territory? So, back in the day, football junkie, we was coming up, some things we can get away with, man. You run through the back alleys, jump fences, and get away, and nobody knew nothing. But there's new technology, and it's called
Yeah,
the Big Brother
in the
AI
sky.
in the sky.
Yes,
Don't miss nothing, brother.
don't miss
And
nothing.
Lord, I mean, they got that on camera. Don't Man, these kids don't understand, man. Y'all, they can't get away with nothing.
You can't get away with nothing. Nah, no. You can't. No, you can't get away with nothing.
Yeah,
And
so the
then the thing
NFL
about
is,
it,
say that
go ahead.
again,
I said the crazy part about the referee was standing right there.
bro. Come on, man. You know what? Me and my brother was talking about that, and he said, and we was talking. I said, man, if Mama ever heard about us spitting on somebody, there'll be some sad singing and some slow driving. We would be in the obituary, fam. If she would even heard about us doing something like that. You know what I'm saying? That's what would happen with me and my brother. But what? She would have snatched all my hair out my head. So yeah, it's unfortunate that Jalen Carter has put himself in this predicament, and I'm sure there's going to be other uh, fines and penalties that's going to be heading his way. And again, football junkie, it doesn't help the team. It doesn't help the team, brother.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't have the team at all. It doesn't have
Mm.
the team at all because he was a key contributing factor to what the Cowboys was able to do in that game last Thursday night. Because he's a defensive lineman. You already minus one of your sidekicks on the defensive front. Now you just added insult to injury uh,
Oh man.
by doing what you did was just spitting on another player or opponent before the game even started. Man, I mean, what was on his mind? Okay, you can do more damage hitting the man than spitting on a man, but you can still do damage just spitting on a man.
Oh
But
my gosh.
but
Hey,
still,
mhm.
that was boneheaded and stupid right there.
But you know what? Mad props to Dak Prescott. Football junkie. There would have been two people suspended on that night.
Yeah,
I don't know if I could have did that. I'm telling you right now, that's a big guy. I'm gonna cut him low. I'm going straight for the dingleberries. Eeh,
right. Yeah. That would have been. I mean,
eeh.
in most situations, yeah, that probably would have turned up a pregame brawl.
Yeah,
It would have
yeah.
been somebody else.
Mad props for Dak Prescott for maintaining his composure. But as far as me, brother, I don't have that type of patience, brother. That would have been, yeah.
Yeah.
So major props. Give it up one more time for Dak Prescott for holding his composure. So with that being said, we also got in other news. In other news, it has been told that Brian Schottenheimer didn't hold back about benching Mozzie Smith. He didn't hold back about benching Mozzie Smith. Were you were you aware that Mozzie Smith didn't even play in the game? Football junkie.
Later in the game, I noticed that he wasn't cited uh, during the game. I mostly didn't see him when it came to my recollections. Basically, in the third quarter, I'm like, hmm, that's something. And they kept on
Well,
they kept on pushing.
yeah, Jay Thorier was ruled in, and Mozzie Smith was ruled out. So now here's the comment quote by Brian Schottenheimer. He said, "I had a great conversation with Mozzie just about the consistency." Schottenheimer said, "Via the
Hmm.
athletic Machota. Mozzie is going to play a lot of really good football. He's not even begun to reach his peak, but the consistency has not been there, and therefore, if your philosophy is not is no, if your philosophy is compete every day, then that's what you have to do. Make those decisions. Really and truly, football junk, it might be a possibility he might end up getting cut.
It's a probability. It's a good possibility because I mean, if the coach is looking at it like that, and then if your philosophy is to compete every day, then I mean, it's psychological. It's psychological warfare right now with him.
Yeah,
It's all about how you want to gear up and present yourself as a soldier out on the battlefield right now because your tactics is not what's working right now, bro.
can't
Uh,
depend on you.
your approach to the game is all the way off. Your mental is all the way off. So if your mental and your physical is not meeting up and aligning up in this game called football, you are obsolete because you
Mm,
got to be, especially when you are on the defensive front, you got to be one of the most aggressive people on the
that's the
football field.
trenches.
That's the trenches.
Mm. So true, man. So let's get into this, brother. Let's go into these stats, man. As we can see, man. Final score was 24-20. That could have went anyway, brother. I mean,
Hmm.
we it could have went anyway, to be honest with you. So when we go down here to these stats with Dak Prescott, Dak was 21 to 34 with 188 yards, man. I mean, he played superb. I don't know. I think this is probably one time that I've seen Dak actually play as good as he has since he's been in the league. And we're going to get
Hmm.
into why he played so well. But also, man, listen, Javonte Williams, 15 for 54, two TDs with a 3.6 average. Miles Sanders, 4 carries for 53 yards, 13.2 average. Cavante Turpin's 2 for 9 with a 4.5 and Dak for 1. So we go down here to CD Lamb. We're going to talk a little bit more about CD Lamb, but he had 7 reception for 110 yards, no TDs. Then we had George Pickens, 3 for 30 also, and his average was 10 yards per catch. But we're going to talk about that, why that's unbalanced like that. Then you have Jake Ferguson for 5 for 23. So, dude, there's your other numbers. So when we look at this, man, let's get into this offense, and I'm gonna let you kind of expound on what did you think about this offense on Thursday night, and what was your I guess the good things you saw and bad things or whatever. Let's just hear what you got as far as this offense, starting with them.
Starting with the offense, first and foremost, I got to give big kudos to the offensive line. I liked what I saw all the way across from tackle to tackle, man.
Mm,
I like how Booker played. He played very well
mm.
at the right tackle position. I mean,
Yeah,
he looked like he's he's been here, and he looks like he's in his second year, just from what we saw up against the Philadelphia Eagles on Thursday night. Tyler Guyton, man, he was having some Eric Williams slap fest moments out there. From what I saw, a couple of plays, man, I'm like, damn, dude, you slapped this dude and made that man his whole body just spin around. I said, dude, just and I like what I saw in our center. Man, just all those guys, tackle to tackle, they looked good. Uh, do I wish that we had Carter and the other big guy up front so we could really see how they take on that situation and whatnot. But I take that how it came from the offensive line standpoint on Thursday night because it gives us more to look forward to later on in the season. Dak Prescott, man, I've said I accept that the performance from Dak Prescott last night because, like you said, man, the guy looked well polished. He looked like a veteran quarterback last night of his caliber, of his standard. He looks years seasoned from where he have been in years past and stuff like. Well, I say the last few years, but minus the injuries and stuff like that, we
Yeah.
know how Dak can throw that ball. We
Mhm.
know he can throw that ball. It's just about putting Dak in the right position to be able to have the time to do his chase downs, to find his guy to deliver the ball to. Overall performance for Dak Prescott, I say really A+, man, because at one point of the game when Miles Sanders fumbled the ball where we was deep into enemy territory, moving
Right.
the ball, and boom, that was that fumble. DB picks it up, and this is not your average DB. We talking about a DB that pretty much has world class speed, and that made instant moment decision to make a tackle. He made the successful tackle to keep this guy from stretching the field to make sure the game stays still at hand, but we still have an opportunity to get at Philly like we was getting at Philly. Um, Running backs, I think we could have did a little bit more running with Williams over Sanders, and Williams looked good. If it wasn't for that one big run by Miles Sanders, his numbers wouldn't have been what it were
Right.
from on Thursday night. But I like what saw at Javante Williams. He ran hard, he ran tough, he was physical at every approach of the running game attack. I seen a lot of more uh, visual running lanes compared to last year. We looked at good. We looked at awesome in the red zone. This probably the best red zone offense I've seen just from this one game in the last past 4 or 5 years. Just this one game, just going off this one game, our red zone offense approach looked fabulous. It was phenomenal. I
Yeah.
loved it. Uh, and that right there gives you hope and aspiration on what the red zone approach is going to be on for the rest of the year. That we're going to be aggressive. We're going to attack, and if guys open up lanes, throwing lanes, running lanes in the red zone area for it to be possible. When we look at when I look at the wide receiver situations and stuff and whatnot, uh, I was marginally happy about the wide receiver situation on Thursday night. Um, I cringed on a few plays where uh, everybody knows the 1, 2, 3 possible CD Lamb uh, drop balls. Two of them could have been, a decisional situation where one could have won the game or possibly put the game into overtime. Uh, but on a few of those plays, not making no excuses for CD and his focus and his concentration for us just making sure that he received the ball. On a few of those plays, he did get some pass interferences that probably could have been called on him, but still got to play through that stuff, regardless of where you are, home or away. You're not gonna get all the calls on the road. Uh, but offensively, man, I give the Cowboys an A-, man.
Mm, 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 I'm right there with you, man. Yeah, I don't know about everybody else, man, but bro, when I say I am geeked up
Yes, sir.
behind this offense and what I saw on Thursday night, you know,
Yeah,
and I'm gonna say this here, football junkie. I was concerned in preseason. I'm like,
yeah,
okay, this is Brian Schottenheimer's first head coaching job, and I'm looking on the sideline. He's over there calling these plays and calling these plays. I'm like, what? Damn, who's managing the game? If he's calling the plays, who's managing the game? And Yeah, that was my concern. But on Thursday night, I saw the Clayton Adams and the Connor Riley offensive scheme in full effect. There's a tear in my eye right there. There's a tear. Well, I'm gonna hit that because I won't think y'all crying. It's something in the air that's
Yeah,
watering my eyes.
yeah,
But,
yeah,
bro, and I went back and then I did my research and I went and looked at the game tape. Totally revamped, totally evolved offense with a lot of touch. And I kept saying, what is Clayton Adams doing if he's here and I don't see him calling no plays? What is he doing? What is Connor Riley? Bro, so much for the zone blocking.
yeah,
Our linemen are moving downfield, going to second level. They're pulling, they're trap blocking, they're cross blocking.
yeah,
They're doing all this. And I'm like, this is what we've been missing. And to see Tyler Booker handle up a veteran on that other side, to see Tyler Guyton play bully ball, to
yeah.
see Cooper Beebe in his second season
Mm-hmm.
hold the whole offensive line down like he did. His second season, and the guy is in beast mode. To see Terrence Steele release downfield and put the boom on the linebacker.
Yeah,
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 I'm
yeah.
seeing the Clayton Adams touch all over and Connor Riley because that's how Deuce Vaughn. And if I'm gonna tell you something, if Miles Sanders not, if he's not careful, I'm just saying we talked about it and everybody said let Deuce Vaughn. But anybody that can run this offense, Miles Sanders, you keep that crap up, you're gonna find yourself somewhere else. But to see Connor Riley and Clayton Adams do what they did, man, bro, and the trip, the pulling with your center, pulling with your guards, the trap blocks. I'm gonna say this right now. When I saw 33 on the field, I'm like, oh, I can't believe this. How they
Yeah.
gonna let somebody wear number 33, man? That's Tony Dorsett.
Mm-hmm.
But football junk, I'm gonna say this: 33. If he keeps doing what he's doing and staying healthy, this guy will have 1,000-yard season.
Yeah.
This is the same offense that was used against us when we played the Cardinals, and James Conner almost toasted us for damn near 200 yards that game. James Conner wasn't a big running back, but he was a shifty scat back that found holes. That's HOLES.
Yes, sir.
You got
Yes,
that?
sir.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Yes, sir.
bro, and that with being said, so there was one play I put on TikTok. I don't know if you've seen it yet, but I showed the genius of Brian Schottenheimer and Clayton Adams and Connor Riley. So we understand that CD had a lot of catches, but it was what Pickens was doing that was
Mm-hmm.
allowing CD to get these. He was drawn, and the way the play was drawn up. So they had CD and Cavante. CD was in the slot. Cavante
Yeah.
was out wide. Pickens was on the other side. They sent Cavante in motion. Now what had to happen, the safety that was covering over here with Cavante and CD, he had to roll over.
Over.
So now the
Mm-hmm.
cornerback ran on the outside of Pickens. So now the cornerback had to watch this, how brilliant this was. The cornerback had to pick up Cavante. Okay. The safety had to slide down and pick up Pickens. But guess what
Mismatch.
happened? The safety that was on this side with CD, he had to roll over to help.
Help. Mm-hmm.
Give it up.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It's not about who gets the ball. It's about a scheme to get
Mm-hmm.
the player open.
Yep. Yep. It's about the scheme.
It's about the
Yeah.
scheme, bro. We went down three times in a row and got in scoring position. 2 touchdowns and a field goal. So I understand people, and I'm sure Pickens understand. I had to do this in order to create create movement of the chain. And it was beautiful, bro. It was beautiful, beautiful. So I am really giving a big shout out to Brian Schottenheimer, Clayton Adams, and Connor Riley for way they have evolved this offense, brother. God, oh man.
We
So
ain't seen nothing yet.
we haven't. One
We
time,
haven't.
Dak was standing back there, and he just gave a signal to Cavante, go, Cavante, go, and just shift the whole defense. The defense like, whoa, whoa, wait a minute. So football junkie, I'm excited. I'm
I'm
super
excited
excited
too.
about this offense, man, and Dak making those plays, and there was no sacks.
No sacks.
Maybe one or two quarterback hurries, but he still made the play,
Yeah.
dude.
My thing is this. Once our running back room gets healthy with Phil Maffa and Jadon Blue, uh, not on that, how I want to see how they're gonna utilize Hunter Luke.
Yeah. Well,
I want to
they
see
use
that.
it. Hunter Luke, he played a role. He played that fullback role, but man, the way this offense where they had, man, they was bro, they was crack backing on, man, they was putting the center
Everything,
guard
man.
this way, and Hunter Luke was coming here and jamming
Underneath.
down on,
Yeah.
bro.
Say, bro. Look, man. People just not understanding uh the seriousness of your offensive lineman being able to go to the second level and wear out the linebackers because that knocks the fight out of a linebacker because you got a 6'6", 6'5", maybe 6'7", 310, 320, 330 pound dude you colliding into 20
Gee,
times 20 times within a game, dog.
yeah,
That softens you all the way up for a running back to just get at you.
Act makes that the linebacker keep his head on the swivel. He'll be here
Yeah,
think twice before he comes down to try to play that run because somebody can come right through this ear
from
hole right there.
yeah. Hey man, I mean, some people don't understand how that is so effective.
And you know what?
And
And he fits in this offense, man. This makes it so easy. And I'm not gonna say easy, but it makes it more comfortable for him because
yeah,
he has the options. He has the options. Oh my gosh, dude. So let's get into this defense. So give us your take on the defense and what you saw with the defense so we can move on, bro. So everybody can
I'm
go
gonna
ahead and start
I'm gonna
enjoying these.
I'm gonna start with the secondary because the secondary and the defensive line they to me they go hand and foot together. Man,
Yeah.
them DBs was running around. They was doing a fabulous job at what they was doing because they made it where Jaden had to really just look and second guess and have to take off. Because if them boys back there, that's why I was talking about the Lions and the Wolves. The Wolves were loose in that secondary last night, the other night, man. The
There you
Wolves were loose, man.
you guys, that's a good one. The Wolves was running in
The
pack,
Wolves
bro.
were loose back there, that secondary. Well, I was loving. I'm like, these boys is running around here doing what they want to do, looking at how they looking, man. And I was looking at Diggs. I mean, I'm like, say Diggs, you looking good, dog. You looking healthy, man. And then I was looking at Elam. Elam was in that slot with them boy. I'm like, woo.
Yeah,
Say, man. I said, boy. And I said, my boy Bland and got that contract. I said, he looking good, man. I said, them dudes is rotating, dropping in. I mean, they made Jalen Hurst really look and pay attention to what they was doing in that secondary. And our defensive line, they did such a great job. I ain't gonna say great because I feel like they could have did a better job in certain
yeah,
situations,
yeah,
but I'm gonna say they did good.
yeah.
Uh,
They did good.
they oppose the right pressure. It's just we just got to find that other scope of the magnitude where we can be able to put clamps on these mobile quarterbacks. All right,
Yeah,
we got to be able to do something about these mobile quarterbacks.
yeah,
So as a whole, I give the defense, a B plus because we could have it's some situations where we could have made some stops where
yeah,
we got ourselves in a little bind. But overall, I like the player performance of those guys. Linebackers looked outstanding too, man. Uh, It's just that we was dealing with a very athletic quarterback.
Yeah,
If he didn't have that athleticism that he had, he would have had some problems.
yeah.
Jalen
And
would
this
have had some serious problems.
so true. And this is why it goes hand in hand. If you look right here, we held Saquon Barkley 60 yards.
Okay,
That's what we said. 60 yards. We held him under 100 yards. But look at these top receivers, bro. Devontae Smith, 3 for 16.
woo,
AJ Brown, 1 for 8. We say we're gonna let Johan Dotson beat us, and he only had three catches for 59 yards. We held him under 100 yards. So, and not one of them scored a touchdown.
out of one.
Not a one. This is saying something when you got top receivers like this, and you're able to keep them under 20 yards reception. Two
They
juggernaut receivers like these two guys, brother. And then we go back up here and you got this, brother. I'm gonna tell you something. All CD had to do is make one of those catches. We win the game. All Jake Ferguson had to do was make a catch. We win that game. So
all Miles
that's why I
Sanders
say the
had to
missed
do was
opportunity.
not. Yeah,
Say that again.
all Miles Sanders had to do was hold on to that ball.
Hold the ball. Missed opportunities. But definitely some bright spots, and we see that.
Hmm. Hmm.
Um, so overall, we know that this defense is a bend but don't break type of defense, and great. Keep everything underneath, and basically we are not going to let you take the big shots downfield. Right
Hmm.
there, the stats don't lie, and I'm really okay with what we did and with these numbers right here. But
Hmm.
only thing I think my biggest concern is for the no accountability for the quarterback, like you said. And I understand, and that's what really hurt us because we just allowed him to run rapid without nobody watching him. It's like we, even though those passes were covered or those receivers were covered, but we just left lanes open for Jalen Hurts,
Hmm.
and without any pressure. Now, let me say this: everybody's looking for uh, we said Michael Parsons couldn't stop the run. Michael Parsons couldn't stop the run or whatever. But I biggest I think you and I can agree the biggest problem was at the defensive tackle position.
Right.
Big shout out to Kenny Clark for coming in
He
here and
played.
handling his
Yeah.
bit, handling his bit.
Yeah.
Big shout out to Kenny
Yeah.
Clark. He
He was
did
a
his
problem.
thing, man. He did his
He was.
thing.
He
Uh,
was a problem.
yeah, Kenny Clark did his thing. I think my issue is we could not generate any pressure from my defensive end.
Hmm.
The defensive end, Donovan. I don't know if Donovan's ready right now. Nealon is more of a run stop defensive end, so that would be my biggest concern. We still have to be able to contain those edges. Donovan was fighting pretty hard. Solomon did pretty good, but yeah. So this is the bend don't break type of defense that we're facing, man. And I'm sure Eberflus is definitely going to, be a little bit more creative.
Yeah.
Creative. He's going to have to be more creative. We can't continue to allow that to happen. But you and I did talk about that. This offense more than likely is going to have to carry this defense.
Yeah.
I think for right now, and where it look like they're in the position to do that until the defense actually come together as a whole. With that being said, now we have next week we have the New York Giants.
Right.
And with that being said, what are your expectations with that game coming up? And what you got another running quarterback into Russell Wilson.
Well, speaking of Russell Wilson is older, much older now, and he doesn't possess the fluency and the speed and elusiveness as Jalen Hurts.
Mm.
Uh, it's only a few quarterbacks that move like Jalen Hurts that's in the league. Uh, when it comes to Russell Wilson, we can box him in. We can pin him down. We can pin him
Just
down.
can't give up the lanes, right? We just can't
Yeah,
give.
we can pin him down. And I would like to see some more flour out there on the football field from the defensive standpoint to help generate the pass rush. When it comes to our rookie our defensive end,
Are you talking about
uh,
Fowler?
now yeah, we need some more foul out there.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
we need some more foul out there. But
yeah,
uh, Isaacu, I think he's gonna catch his stride. He's gonna light a fire. I seen some flashes of him Thursday night that I was very impressed with. Uh, Once he gets more comfortable with playing on this level, you know, because he's seeing difference. He's supposed to see some different. They're gonna see some different looks at him compared to what he has seen in practice and stuff like that. And we're gonna know if he's putting the tape together by how he performed these next few weeks, because we're gonna have a mixture of good teams to go against, and some subpar teams to go up against right here early in the season. And this is the time. These next 3 weeks is the chance for the defense to be able to hone in and gel, and get what they need to get going. And from the player and coach's standpoint, to just eyeball who better misses and matches up with
yeah.
each other on the defensive front, so we can get a better look at how we're going to attack from the interior to the exterior part of the factor. Um, Donovan got exposed the other night.
Yeah,
He got
man.
exposed the other night, and that's a weak spot for us.
Welcome to the league. Welcome to the league. Hey, hey, football junkie. It's no longer a sport. This is a job, man.
It's a job.
It's a job.
Yeah,
It ain't about the, sport. This is a job. These guys are veterans, right?
yeah. Heck yeah. And I'm looking forward because to Demarion Overshown's return, because
Mm,
that's our trick pony on the defensive side of the ball because of his aggressiveness, his IQ, football IQ, and his range of speed and being able to cover from sideline to sideline.
mm.
And that's the trick pony right there for us to being able to help neutralize these mobile quarterbacks.
Yeah. And you're so right. And I think that's what we missed Thursday night, that sideline pressure that Overshown and Michael would do. They would bring that.
Yeah.
They were so fast that if you run on that outside, somebody's coming downhill and bang you real good. So hit you hard on the sideline or whatever. Okay. So, but yeah, that's something that, I agree that Overshown is going to make a difference, man. But yeah, so we got a 12 o'clock game next Sunday, man. And let's get ready, see what it looks like. I think both sides of our ball, basically the offense and defense, would definitely do some tweaking, some adjustments, and probably a couple of twists to these plays, And I think we'll see something even better next week.
I'll tell you something else, man. I'm not gonna leave out Marathon either. That dude right there, he was scuffling every play.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
That dude
yeah,
right there,
yeah.
boy, he brings.
Yeah, after the incident with Jalen Carter, I think everybody took it personal, but we just did it in a professional way. So again,
Yeah,
that's what makes us America's team, because we're gonna get you one way or the other. But so with that being said, listen, I want to give a big announcement right quick. Basically what we're gonna do, we've been doing the live stream on Monday, but now that we got Monday Night Football, we'll be able to move back to doing our What's Up Wednesday live stream. So we'll still have the Monday night mic'd up, but it'll be might be a recorded show. But again, the live stream will go back to What's Up Wednesday on Wednesday night, and that's 7 p.m. Central Time. So join us on Monday night, and also check us out on Monday night, and also check us out on Wednesday night. We do a live stream again. So, well, football junkie. With that being said, we're gonna hear these folks long enough. You got any last words, or before we get out of here?
say the first one to say that. Hey, I was wrong, but that government, hey, but that government, hey, they say what they say. Hope for the best and expect the worst. That's the place I was at.
That's what they say. Give it up. So true. So
Yeah,
again, man, I think we both can say we was impressed with what we saw. Now we just see the bright future on the horizon for our Cowboys, and we're excited, and we can't wait to see what goes on next Sunday. So Again, thank y'all guys. Do me a favor, make sure you hit the like button below and also hit the subscribe button and also the notification bell so you'll be notified when the next video is posted. And like I always say, continue to be blessed, continue to stay safe, and continue to be kind. With that being said, we out of here. Deuces.